I'm the founder of 10xforthekids.com, and if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss out any of my videos. So without any delay, let's get started. And today we are gonna do JavaScript spread operator. So today we are gonna learn about the JavaScript spread operator, and we are gonna learn about the rest parameter also. So this is gonna be very interesting, guys. So without any delay, let's get started. Jab. So over here we are with JavaScript, not Java, first of all, and we are gonna learn about JavaScript spread operator and rest parameter. They both have the same notation, meaning that they both are accessible using triple dots, right? So I'll just show you how to access them with examples, but just for now, just see that they both have the same notation, triple dot notation, but they work the opposite. They completely work the opposite. So that's why I've chosen these two topics right now, right? So over here we'll just jump in uh, um, um, to learn about spread operator. We'll just jump into an example. So over here we have an array with 1 2 3, then we have an array with 4 5, and then we have over here we have an array, right, that has 1 2 3, and then we have array 2 that has 4 5. Then what we're doing, array equals to array dot concat. I'll just mute, somebody's calling. I can't just I'll just throw the phone away. Okay, so over here we have an array where we are doing array.concat array2. So what we are doing over here, array equals array.concat array2. So over here it is combining the both arrays and saving it in the new in our array variable only. So we have 1 2 3, and in array2 we have 4 5. So it is combining the two arrays using the concat method, and it is saving it in the array variable only. So if we try to log out 1 2 3 4 5, then if you try to log out 1 2 3 4 array, then we'll get 1 2 3 4 5, right, because they both have been combined using the concat method. Now if I just comment this out, and if I just try to do this with the spread operator, then how I'll do this, I have array equals 1 2 3, then I have array 2 that has 4 5, and then you see array equals to brackets dot 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 array comma dot 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 array 2. So what is happening over here, dot 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 array, what it is doing, it is combining all the elements, it is taking all the elements and uh, uh, taking it together, taking all the elements of array, taking them together, and just blopping it into this new array that is over here, right? Dropping it, that means it is just adding all the elements of what this is doing, it is just bringing all the elements, right? It is just bringing all the elements of the array, right? Dot 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 array is bringing all the elements of this array, right? And then we are trying to add them in this array, right? We are trying to add them in this array, so it is being added in this array, right? Like I'll just explain this once again. So I am doing dot 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 array, so we are doing dot 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 array. So what is happening over here, dot 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 array, what it is doing, it is combining, taking all the elements of the array, right, of the array, and then it is just blopping it into our new array that is being created, right? Similarly with array 2, it is combining all the elements of the array 2, and then it is just dropping all of them in our new array, right, where we are trying to add it. So what will happen, all the elements of array will be blobbed into here. So 1 2 3 will be dropped in here, and then when we are trying to do use the spread operator with array 2 also, it is combining, it is taking all the elements of array 2 and adding it over here, dropping it over here, right, in this array, the new array that is being created. So 1 to 3 is being dropped from this, and 4 5 is being dropped from this, right? And then we are logging out, we are saving this new array in our array variable, right? And then we are logging it out, so we are getting 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now I'll just change the file source, and now we'll move on to the next file, the next example. So in this we'll just try to, like, if you want to copy two arrays, what is happening? So here we have an array over here, right? And then we have array 2, right? Array 2 equals array. So what will happen, it is when we are assigning this, like if you're doing something like array 2 equals array, then if you're just doing that this variable is equals to some other variable, then what happens, basically it array 2 will be a reference of array. That means that whenever you change array 2, array will be changed, and if you change array, array 2 will be changed, right? And because array 2 and array are pointing to the same memory location, right? This is called a reference, right guys? Array 2 is a reference of array when we are doing array 2 equals array, right? So we are pushing d in array 2. So what we'll get, will array 2 will be affected, also array will also be affected, as they are pointing to the same memory location. So you see, when we are trying to console dot log out, when we are trying to log out array 2, we'll get abcd, that is expected. But because array, we learned that if array 2 is changed, then array will also be changed, and if array is changed, then array 2 will also be changed. So over here array 2 is being changed, so array's value also will be changed. So in array also d would be added, right? So if you don't want to do this, if you just want to change the behavior and don't want it by reference, then you can use the spread operator over here. So over here you have the array abc, and then you're in array 2, we are using the spread operator. So what is happening, basically the spread operator, I'll just give you a visual view of it. So it is combining all the elements, and right, and uh, basically what is happening when we are using the spread operator, like on array, if you're using a thing like this will be made, this will be made, right? So this thing will be made, and then we are surrounding it with brackets like this. So we are surrounding, when we are using this spread operator, a thing like this of the, all the elements of the array are now individual, separated with a comma. So this is called a list, right? And then we are just surrounding it with square brackets. So when we surround it with square brackets, it becomes something like this. So it becomes like a new array, right? It becomes like a new array. That's why uh, it is taken as an array, right? Because it has square brackets around, and that means it is an array, right? So over here all the all the elements of array is being copied into array 2, right? It is not by reference. Every item of array is separated, and then it is saved in an array, right? So all the items are separated like this, and then we are saving those in an array, right? And then when we save it in an array, it is not being copied by reference when we are using the spread operator, right? So when we try to log out array, we'll get abc at start, that is what we expect. Then we try to add an element in array 2, right? Then we try to console.log out array 2, so it will bring abcd. And then if we try to console.log out array, then it will only bring abc, because array 2 is not a reference to array, and those two are not pointing to the same memory location. That's why, right? I hope you understood this. Now we'll just go on the other concept, that is expand. So when we want to expand, how do we do it? Like if you want to add an whole arrays elements in any other arrays, in any other array, then how do we do? It's not, it is different from concat. Concat is joining two arrays, but in expand, when we want to add elements of an array in some other array, right? So it's two different things. So when you do, like you have array abc, then in in expand, I just said in concat, right? So in expand, it is when you want to add all the elements of some array into some array, right? So over here we have an array and we try to expand it like this. We have array 2 and we'll just add array over here. So we'll think all the elements of array have come into array 2. But that's not the case. This whole array is coming as a single element on this spot where we have giving where we are giving array. So when we log out array 2, we'll get a list, an array. An array will be the first element, and then the second element will be c, and the third element will be d. So this is not what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to achieve a result like this, that had items like this. We wanted to achieve a result like this, but we got this. So that's not what we want, right? If I just run this, you'll see this is not what we want. So we can use the spread operator to accomplish what we want. So over here we have an array, then we are copying all it, we are grouping all the elements of the array using the spread operator, and then just dropping it into over here, right? So when we are grouping, we'll get something like this. We'll get a comma b, right? And after there are more elements, so we'll have c comma d, because over there we are adding more elements, and these all are enclosed in an array, right? So what will happen, uh, it will be treated as an array, right? So it is just like adding all the elements of array into array 2, right, in start, like this, using the spread operator, right? So then we try to log out array 2, so we'll get the result that we wanted, right? So we'll get a b c d, the result that we wanted. I hope you understood this. Now we'll move on. Math.js. So this is a very useful case, guys. Now we are coming on, these all were also very useful cases, but like when we want to concatenate, we can use the spread operator. When we want to copy an array, we can use the spread operator. Instead of copying it by reference, we can copy it not by reference, right? And then we can expand also using the spread operator. And now we are on the math method, and I personally think that this is one of the most important things for a spread operator to do. So for example, over here we want to check what a minimum value of a list is. So this is called a list, right? So we want to check what the minimum value of the list is, right? So we pass different numbers to min method, and it will give minimum value between all of those numbers, right, in the min method. Now if we just have an array with all those numbers, and then we want to check which is the minimum of all in the array, right? If we just want to check what value is the minimum of all in the array using math.min, so that is not possible, right? As it only wants a list, not an array, right? It can only have separate arguments, not an array. It will return us nan if you try it. You will get nan because it cannot accept an array. It can only accept a list, or you can say different parameters, right, or arguments. You can achieve this using the spread operator. If you have an array which has 1 2 3 and minus 1, and you want to check what is the minimum of all. What you can do, you can use the spread operator in the min method, and what this will do, it creates a list, and a math.min can accept lists, right? So what will indirectly what it will be accessing is this. What this will be this spread operator thingy returns us 1, 2, 3, minus 1. So these will be treated as different parameters passed to the method, and it will work on it, right? So this is how, this is a very useful case, I personally think, because you can't achieve this with an array without the spread operator, and the only last way without the spread operator is to create your own minimum method, right? I don't see any other way through which you can take out minimum value of an array in an array, right, without the spread operator. Now we have seen a lot with objects, right? We have seen a lot with arrays. With arrays using, we have used a lot of spread operator with arrays. Now we'll move on to objects. So for example, we have a user one over here that has name and age of the user. Then we have user two that has name and location. So what it will do, it will do const merged users, and what it will do, it is using the spread operator on user 1. So basically it will bring all of the user 1 items and then blop it into the new array. So it is bringing name, gen and age 22 together, and then it is just adding those two items in this in those two key value pairs in this merged users object. Then similarly with user 2, it is bringing name and location, right? It is combining them, and it is just blopping it into the merged users, right? It is just blopping it into the merged users. So name is repeating two times, and it will take Andrew because this is the last name. Whatever you give last will be accepted, right? Whatever you give first will not be accepted, right? So why name, age and location is coming? Because what you were doing, you were taking all the items of user 1, adding it into the merged users, then you were taking all the items of user 2, adding it into this object, right? So what in the end object was becoming, it was becoming name, gen, age 22, name, Andrew, and then finally location, Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Okay, so what this was what was becoming, and as and name Andrew, name is repeating twice, it will take the last one, so it will remove the first one that was occurring first. So this will be gone, and in the end you will have age 22, name Andrew, and location Philadelphia. Philadelphia, right? So you see how this is working. It is just gathering all the items of the object, and it was working the same in with arrays also. So it gathers all the items and just blobs it into whatever you want to, right? So over here in math, it was blopping it into the function as function arguments, or in expand, copy and concat, it was blopping it into arrays, and then in this object it is just blopping all the items in an object, all the key value pairs. And then if you just log out, you'll get name Andrew, age 22, and location Philadelphia, right? Quite cool. And now we'll move on to the rest parameter. So as I told you in the start of the video, that rest parameters are completely opposite to the spread operator, though they have the same notation. So let's just see the code over here. We have a function sum that is using the rest parameter arguments. I'll just come back to this. It is doing let sum equals to 0, and then it is looping on the arguments, and it is doing sum plus equals to arg, and then it is returning the sum. Then in x we are just calling sum and giving it a lot of values, and then we are printing out x. So what is happening over here? So basically sum will return a value, so we can save that value in a variable, right? And we are calling sum and passing it a lot of values. Then we are doing dot args. So what this does, it accepts all the items. It takes in all the items and combines them in an array, whereas in the spread operator all the items were separated, right? All the items were separated and then added in an in whatever you want to add it into, right? Over here what is happening, it is accepting as many arguments as you gave, and then it gives you an array of all the arguments that the user has given. So args is basically an array of all the arguments that we have given, right? So this says it can have unlimited arguments, any amount of arguments you want to give, and then args will be an array of all your arguments, right? So this is what it is saying. Then in sum, in this function we have let sum equal 0. Then we are looping on arguments, right? And arg will first be 4, then 9, then 16 plus, and then 25, then 29, then 100, then 66, then 77, and for every number it will just add that number in sum, and it will keep on ending till the list goes, right? And then it will in the end return the sum, and it will basically add. Okay, so I'll just log this out because I don't have this element over here right now. Right, so you see 3 to 6. So the result of adding all of these is 3 to 6, right? Quite cool. So I'll just explain you what is happening over here once again. Using this rest parameter, what happens, it says that I can accept as many arguments as you want to give, and those all arguments will be stored in an array named args, right? And then afterwards in your function you can wherever you want to access that args array, right? And then you have a sum variable, then you are looping on the args array and adding in the sum all of the items of the args array, so all of the numbers that the user want to add, right, wants to add, and then you are just returning the sum. So that is the added sum, that all the items that are there are added, right? All the numbers that you give are added together, and that is the return value of the function, right? And then we are saving it in x and logging it out, right? So this was rest parameters and spread operator, guys. I hope you like this video. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. Thank you guys, bye, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Dab!